So what I want to do here is to show you that social media touches every piece of your business. When I talk to CEOs, it has to come down from the top down within your company, because it does touch every piece of your business. It's not just a marketing thing. It's not just a public relations thing. Social media actually touches every piece of your business. What I grabbed here is a screenshot. JetBlue is an American airline company that's fairly small. It's along the size of a Ryanair or an SAS Air here in Europe. And this is intriguing. This is 31 minutes. I just pulled a screenshot, 31 minutes of what's being said out there on Twitter. And so the first tweet is from this guy, Kevin Jacoby. And he says this guy's flying every day for a month on JetBlue's pass and blogging about it for Wired magazine. So that's touching the public relations aspect. The second person, free movies on New York to Seattle, JetBlue flight because the bathroom, they use a different term here, but the bathroom was broken and delayed an hour to fix. And so that's a customer service thing. And as you can see, the guy's vernacular is a little creative. When you go out there and start to listen, you're going to see that your customers are very creative out there on the web. The third piece, try to see if JetBlue still has the unlimited flying pass for the month. That's a sales piece. If you react to that within the next couple of minutes, just say, yes, the pass still goes on for the next 2 days. This is how you fill it out and get that pass. That's a sales opportunity within Twitter. Crisis management, smoking signs on, 2 jet plane flights, emergency landings at Kennedy Airport. When the plane crashed in the Hudson earlier this year from US Airways, the first we knew about it was from Twitter. And the first image that we had was from a twit pic, that someone just took it with their phone and then passed it along. So for a company, that might be the first time they hear about this issue with their flight, is by crawling the web and making sure that they're listening. Again, getting back to the 4 steps, that they're listening. This fourth one, recruiting. 9-year-old stepson just announced he wants to be a JetBlue pilot for Halloween, and my 3-year-old wants to be a plane lady. So kind of having a little fun there, but it's a chance for them to recruit. One tool that is very utilized within LinkedIn is that you can go into LinkedIn for any company and figure out who are the top 5 most searched on employees for that company. So that's great if you're the CEO of a company or the VP of HR for your company. You can figure out who the rising stars are within your company. It's also great on the flip side for recruiting, is you can go and pick the best of the best from each company by figuring out who's being the most searched on within that company, within LinkedIn. Then this fourth one gets back to step 3, to reacting to what's being said. And this guy in a nutshell is saying, I'll fly JetBlue every time if you just make every flight Wi-Fi enabled. So is the product team working on that to make sure they can beat off the competition? So the airline industry is somewhat arguably a commodity. But why does JetBlue have 1.65 million followers on Twitter, yet Lufthansa, Swiss Air, United Airlines, Delta Airlines, all have less than 30,000 followers on Twitter? JetBlue has 1.65 million, everybody else has less than 30,000. Because they're doing stuff differently. And they're noticing that this shift has happened, and these shifts happen every couple of years, but this one's a monumental shift. It's bigger than the search shift that happened. It's bigger than the portal shift that happened 10 years ago. And so they understand if we get in here quick and early, then we can have some big wins. And they have 1.65 million followers, and they're getting all this feedback that they can utilize to make their product better. Who else is doing well out there? So Dell. While social media started as a way for Dell to distribute news and special offers, again, they started out by shouting. They tried to sell first. They went to step 4. They realized it evolved into a critical relationship builder, and it's integrated into all their business units. They had 40 employees dedicated to social media. Then they realized, hey, it's actually a whole company thing. This needs to come down from the CEO on down. And most of the good companies, their CEO once a week gets what's called a listening report. Here's what's being said about our product and service, and here's what's being said about our competition out there in the space. McDonald's, our head of social media, is the customer. Then here in Europe, I'll paraphrase this. Essentially, this guy's saying that instead of sending them to our Coca-Cola properties in Portugal and Spain and Denmark, we're sending them to where the people are. If they're already on YouTube, our YouTube channel for Coca-Cola, we're going to send them to YouTube rather than sending them to our channel. So it's a different way of thinking from a marketing standpoint than we have for the last 100 years. So I'm going to show you a video clip in a second. This is from United Airlines. This guy flew on United. He had a less than pleasurable flying experience, which some of you guys had that yesterday because of the French air controller strike. But this guy's a musician, and they damaged his guitar. And he tried to get it resolved within a year, and United did not resolve it the way he liked it. And in the past, as a consumer, you kind of have to take that. But now, since you have the power of social media, you can go out there and make some noise about it.